Hello, my name is HAZIQ ZURAIDDI. I was responsible for the game UI, user interface, and the game HUD heads-up display. So firstly will be the main menu. So this main menu has two buttons, start game and quit game. So initially the game is in a pause state, meaning the game is not ticking, meaning the time is set to 0. So whenever the player press start game, it will execute this function, which set the time to 1 and sh- set the heads up display to active, meaning showing the HUD, and also hides the cursor. And as for when the player press the quit game button, it will just call application.quit, just exit the program software. Also, there's a title of the game which is School Rush, a simple title. Uh, Next is the HUD. So the HUD has two elements, the health bar and the score counter. Whenever the player collides with obstacle, with an obstacle, the player will decrease. The health will just decrease, and whenever the player collides with collectibles like coins, the score will increase. Next is the pause screen. So anytime during gameplay, when the player press the escape key, it will bring out this menu and set the time to 0, meaning the game will stop ticking. Also, and in this menu, there's two buttons. One is resume game and exit to main menu. If the player press resume game, it will simply execute this function, which set the time to 1 and hides the cursor. And if the player press press the exit to main menu button, it will just simply go to the main menu. And lastly is the game over screen. So whenever the player get caught by the one that's chasing the player, or the player finish his health, this screen will pop up and pause the game. And there will be two buttons, restart game and quit game. uh, if the player press the restart game button, it will simply execute this function, which just reload the level, just open the level back, and also set the time to 1 and hides the cursor. And if the player press quit game, uh, well, obviously it will just straight away quit the program. Also, every one of these button have sound feedback. So when this button is clicked, there will be sound to indicate that the the player has clicked that button. And that's all for me. Thank you.
Right, hello. My name is JERSHEM Singh. Matrix number is B03251037 and I'm going to be presenting my part in the game architecture. So over here, we have the hallway segment. Inside the hallway segment, we have everything, the right buildings, the left buildings. I will disable the hood to show a bit, which is the newest canvas over here. I'll untick this for now. Yeah, now if I'm going to click something or like the buildings, it will, I can see in the thing over here. Okay, now. So as you can see, we have quite the long hallway here. Inside this hallway, let me fly it. Inside this one hallway, everything wherever I generate inside this cube or in this plane over here will generate in the further starting from where the player is facing. So players over here, as soon as the game starts, bunch of this will generate in front of all the teacher will follow the player will keep on running automatically, which is in my third person controller. But let's talk about the buildings, that's one part. So buildings, I got the assets from my group member, and we have a school assets, and I place the buildings over here. Anything inside this hallway segment, so over here, will be generated. If I put something outside, it will not be inside. It will not generate in the automatic generation part. Now, what actually triggers this to generate? I just create a simple, this is an empty project where wherever I put it will generate. The actual generation actually begins in the level generator. The level generator, you can, I can show the code later. Right. So inside here, we have three things. Just called spawn distance ahead. We also have pre pre-spawn something, yeah, the pre-spawn count, and then the spawn distance ahead. So if you tamper with this, so when you first start the game, it will start like a small 10 first. After further, it will just start spawning it. How the spawn distance ahead is just 13. So if you lower this number, you'll see the buildings collide. I put 30 because they match well with the plane I have right now. And originally, I plan to put one by one inside this hallway segment. I just add more prefab and it'll just keep on anything add will just be in there, right? But I think that seems like a pretty messy way. So I put everything inside this empty project and I put it inside the level generator like that. Okay. That's my part for the hallway generation.
So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jadi hari ini saya akan membentangkan saya punya bahagian itu dalam bahagian third person controller untuk projek kami daripada grup Sunlight Convenant iaitu Endless Running Game. Okay, so kita akan berpindah kepada Unity. First kali kita akan tengok daripada dia punya code. So daripada code ni, kita ada third person iaitu Endless Runner. Endless Runner, damage slowdown, lane switching, itu untuk Endless Runner punya coding. And then ada untuk player, itu player dengan grounded sebab dekat animation kita ada sedikit, bukan animation, dekat karakter kita ada sedikit konflik. Mana nanti saya akan terangkan seterusnya. Okay, and then dan lain-lain pun saya akan terangkan di dalam Unity. Okay, so kita akan move kepada Unity. Okay, play amateur. Okay, so sekarang saya akan terangkan tentang third person controller. So, endless runner mode ni maksudnya kalau saya tick, dia akan berjalan. Auto run speed tu ada, damage slowdown tu ada. So, bila saya untick, benda tu hilang. Okay, jadi saya tick. Dan di sini, first function kita nampak ialah auto run speed. Auto run speed ni maksudnya, kita start je game, player tu start lari. So, saya akan setkan player tu punya auto run speed kepada 10. Supaya bila player tu lari, nampak macam tak berapa laju, tak berapa slow. So sebab nanti bila player tu slow sangat, dia jadi macam game tu tak berapa intense. Tapi bila laju, dia akan jadi mencabar kepada player beginner. Okay. So seterusnya kita ada function damage slowdown. Damage slowdown ni maksudnya bila player tu langgar satu obstacle, dia akan slow downkan player tu punya speed kepada 0.5. Itu 50% lah. And then, bila katakanlah macam sekarang by default player lari dalam speed 10. Untuk 50% dia akan lari dalam speed 5. Maksudnya dia akan bertambah slow lah. So 2 kali dia langgar, dia akan terus kena catch. Okay. So dalam slow duration ni saya buat dia dalam 2 second supaya dia lebih, supaya dia tak berapa lama dan tak berapa kejap. Okay, seterusnya kita ada lane offset. Lane offset ni maksudnya apabila player jump dekat lane tu, okay, dekat sini sebenarnya dia ada 3 lane tapi tak nampak. So, dekat lane tengah, kiri dan kanan, dia ada kira offset dia. So, andai kata kita kat tengah sekarang, bila kita jump 2.8, dia akan center ke kanan. Lane kanan tapi yang center. So, apabila saya buat macam, katalah lane offset ni saya buat 3, player ni jump dia akan terkeluar daripada track ni. Dan apabila saya buat dalam 2, player ni jump, dia macam tak berapa nampak dia jump. Sama juga kalau kita ke kiri, 2.8 ni dia akan nampak center. Tetapi kalau saya ambil 3, dia akan terkeluar ke kiri. Kalau 2, dia akan jump sedikit. Dan lane change speed ni saya ambil dalam 10. Supaya dia punya change tu nampak macam real lah ketika dia move tu. Okay, so max lane move speed ni saya ambil 6. Supaya dapat nampak game tu apply lagi okay lah kalau pakai 6. Compare dengan kalau pakai 4, dia nampak macam lane tu terlalu slow, terlalu perlahan. Okay, so sekarang ni speed change rate. Speed change rate ni sebenarnya ialah okay, dekat dalam game ni track ni ialah endless dan track ni ialah auto generate, auto looping. Maksudnya player akan keep looping dalam track ni. Okay, itu di part SAM. Dan bila dalam 10 kali dia looping, dia akan naik lagi speed dia. Dia akan increase speed, increase speed. So, inilah maksudnya dia akan change dia punya rate. Dalam 10 lap, dia naik speed. 10 lap, dia naik speed. Okay. And then, kita akan berpindah kepada jump height. Jump height ni maksudnya antara daripada ground ke atas. Player lompat dalam 2.2. Maksudnya, player ni akan lompat ke obstacle tu dalam keadaan ngam-ngam lah 2.2. Kalau saya buat 2 tepat, dia tak lepas certain obstacle. Okay. And then, gravity tu pula ialah daripada ketika player tu jump untuk dia jatuh ke ground semula. So, kalau saya pakai negatif 15, untuk yang karakter berbadan kecil nampak macam dia real. Tapi kalau bila pakai karakter berbadan besar, dia nampak macam dia slow tu agak slow. Dia jatuh tu agak slow lah. So, apabila kita nak tukar karakter, kita nak pakai karakter yang berbadan besar, kita kena pakai yang negatif 20 supaya dia turun lagi laju. Okay. So, untuk jump time out ni maksudnya daripada dia lompat, untuk dia jatuh ialah 0.3 second kita ambil. So, tak berapa lama lah. Kalau lama nanti nampak macam dia terapung. Okay. Seterusnya yang grounded offset ni, ini yang kita bincangkan tadi. Grounded offset ni maksudnya apabila grounded offset ni sebenarnya kita ada masalah dengan karakter. So, karakter kita ni tidak berpijak pada grounded dia. Dia tak berada pada axis 0, 0, 0. So, kat situ nanti dah ada masalah dengan collision semua kan. So, kat sini saya set grounded offset dia negatif 0.14 supaya dia betul-betul atas, nampak atas ground tu. Sama juga dengan ground radius sebab radius pada asalnya dia tak ada dekat kosong. So, saya kena tarik dia sikit jadi 0.28. So, itu sajalah part saya untuk third person controller. Sekian, terima kasih.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya akan membentangkan bahagian saya, which is teachers movement. Okay, saya daripada group Soundlight Convenant, which is game class rush. Okay, for the teacher movement, we make it the teacher target for the player, which is play amateur. Then for the follow distance between the teacher dengan player, we make it 6F, which is jarak dari teacher untuk ke player tu 6F lah, jarak untuk dia kejar tu. Then follow speed we make it 7F. For the lane offset we make it the same as player, which is 2.5F. Then for the lane change speed I make it slower, which is 8F, rather than the player, which is 10F. So like when the player change lane, then it will grow distance between the teacher and player. Okay, when the distance between the teacher and player is closer than 1.2F, which is 1.1F, 1.0F, 0.9F, and so on, will trigger the game over, which is the teacher have catch the player. Okay, that's all from me.